All righty here. We are live. So as people come in, we thank each and every one of you all who are going to be coming into the chat. This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. So we'll wait for people to come in right here. The eyeball has appeared and the number should pop up here in a second. People should be notified. How y'all doing, Mrs. Go Black?
We're doing good.
You doing good?
Missing you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, we got some people coming in. And can everybody hear us? Let me do a sound check. Mrs. Go Black, make a sound so they can see if we can hear both of us.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check. Testing, testing.
All righty. Can people hear us? Do y'all see any chats in the room?
No.
You have to hit chat.
Hmm. Can everybody hear us? I'm not seeing any of the
Okay. S. Marco, Kenyon in the house family.
okay, I see them. Now it's coming in. All right. All righty, yes. Hey family, everybody, yes, you coming on in. Hello. I know I'm going in and out, but yeah. So
Hello, Mr.
we're
P.
gonna wait here a few. Everybody, let us know where you're coming in from here. The first couple of minutes, we'll go ahead and get started. I've been hit with a lot of questions as far as how is Mrs. Go Black and Serenity doing, and so figure we would do this video here, get that out the way so that y'all stop flooding my emails about inquiring about the family. So we
Hello.
got 59 English. Let us know where you come from. Yeah,
Hello, hello.
from UK. From UK. All right. Who else we got up in here? All right. Kenya in the house. All right. Let us know. We're gonna wait till we get like 100. We got like 21 more people to come up in here. We'll get started. We get to ask the questions of the transition from the motherland back to the other man. The yeah, Jay Kenya in Vegas. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Maxine. We appreciate it. What else we got coming in the house? Florida in the house from Disney World, Florida. All right. Canada's in the house. Good vibes. Like in Qatar. Qatar. All right. Qatar in the house. Liverpool, UK. Claudia C. in the house. We got 11 more people when we get started. The girl with the gap. Augusta, Georgia. All right.
Lola M. Thank you.
Zimbabwe in the house. All right.
Oh.
The Hara Hen. All right. Brooklyn in the house. Globemaster Ya Fosu. Fosu. All right. Everyone from hello, everyone from ATL. We got 9 more people. We can get started. What'd you say?
Serenity's going to answer that question, Mr. P. Depps.
Oh, okay. We keep going. Hold on a second. Let me take a look at my connection. I might just no wonder. Are you still there?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, but you can't see me.
No.
Okay. Take this off of Wi-Fi and see if that makes it better or worse. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
You can't hear me.
We can.
Put it back on Wi-Fi. All right. So we got what, 94 people in the house? 94 watching. So hey, everybody, just come on in. Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is in the house. All right. Wow, that's the first retired U.S. Air Force vet from Washington, D.C. in the house. Abraham. All right. We got some different places and countries tonight. Terry Gray from Los Angeles, California in the house. So let's get started. What we're gonna do, family, is we're gonna go ahead and, I'm just gonna let Mrs. Go Black and Serenity kind of share, their transition back from the motherland to the other land, and we gonna see, their experience and what if any, changes that they have experienced, how the transition's been. It's been what, a week now?
Yes, a
Been a
week
week now.
today.
Okay, a week today. All
Mhm.
right. So we're gonna start with Mrs. Go Black. Hey, so it's been a week long since, like, babe, you've been gone for a whole month or two already. Man, it really does, Look at Serenity. She's like, oh gosh, look at them.
There they go.
Yeah. Yeah. But
So,
go ahead.
so the flight, Serenity, when we got to the airport there in Nairobi, she was saying that she missed you. She wished you were there because you're kind of like the
I know, I
calming.
said that. I said that.
You're kind of like that calming person in the airport, and I had to reassure her. You know what? It's going to be smooth. There are not going to be any bumps. This is going to be smooth getting through this security. So we went through 5 security checks from the time we got to the airport to the time we actually got on the plane. But it was smooth. I told her it's going to be smooth. I'm not going to stress. We have plenty of time. So it was all good. So by the time we got on the plane, and it was Kenya Airways, it was just smooth. It was a 14-hour flight from Nairobi to New York City. We flew into JFK, but then we had to catch an Uber to get to LaGuardia. And then from LaGuardia, we came home, and that was about a 1.5 hour flight. So just today, I think I've caught up on my rest. All week long, I've just been feeling like super tired. And even one night, I went to bed at like 8 o'clock. So I think today I'm caught up on my rest. How about you?
What she say?
She says she's not caught up on her sleep yet.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So please share now, because I remember my first trip to Africa and I came back to America. Some of the things that I just either, was like, let me go good get this or eat this, or you might have missed that, or it was just like I had some things of like, oh man, I forgot this. I can't stand it. What was some of your experience coming back, or being back rather?
So probably the first thing was the temperature change. When we got to New York, it was 36 degrees. And
Ooh.
of all of the kind of hustle and bustle with getting the luggage and getting the Uber, I didn't really think about the temperature change. Since being back here, though, in Ohio, it's nippy. It's nippy. The sun is out today, and the sun has been out a few days this week. But the temperature was probably the biggest thing that just kind of like, you know, in your face. The other thing was I hadn't driven in the whole 3.5 weeks that I was gone. So getting back in the car behind the wheel
Oh
was
yeah.
like, wow, so that was different. The first place where I went Monday evening was to get a cupcake. I went to my favorite bakery and I got a cupcake because, as we had noticed on the trip, um, and it's not that I really wanted the sweet per se, but I wanted the specific flavor and the moisture. And so I got a double chocolate Andes mint cupcake.
I couldn't stop it.
So that was cool. That was cool. Um, One thing that I really miss is the juice is, besides you, love, besides the juices over where we were are so good. The fresh juice. I mean, you don't even have to. What you say?
Back here in Africa, you're referring to the
Yeah,
juice is here.
in Africa. You don't even have to ask, is the juice fresh or is it concentrate? I mean, they've got plentiful mangoes and pineapple, and it's just so refreshing to have a glass of fresh squeezed juice. Even the sugarcane juice, when they mix it with the lemon and the ginger, that was awesome. And unless we go to the Africa store here, I don't think we're going to be getting that. Um, I missed also seeing the fact that we were in the majority. Now we're not. We're back in the minority. But seeing all of the billboards just on regular streets, all of the billboards with people who look like we do, and you don't see that here. It might be one every 50 billboards. So just not seeing, our brothers and sisters subliminally, you just feel like, yeah, um, so that I have missed. I'll let Serenity talk because I feel like I'm on a roll.
Serenity, please share your experience.
Um, well, I'm still tired, really tired. My schedule is kind of like lopsided. Like I go to bed at I started going to bed at like 6 and then waking up at like 3 or something, but I mean, it's gotten better. And then I'm back in school, and I guess that's
Is y'all back in school?
quickly. But
Yeah.
hybrid.
Did you say yes?
I said yes to hybrid.
Oh, hybrid school. Okay. What else?
Um, I guess the weather, yeah, it's cold, but I like the cold, so not a big problem for me. And I guess I kind of miss just being able to go in the fridge and getting what I want to eat instead of us like going somewhere 3 times a day. Like, I've been binge eating that fridge out and like just eating the pasta or eggs that I want, not having someone serve it to me. Like, that annoyed me, so it's nice being able to serve my own food and making it. So I like that too. Um,
What
my
about? Have you cooked? Have you been cooking?
yes, I just cooked today.
Oh, okay.
I made eggs and pasta.
Eggs and pasta. All right. So, what about the taste of the food? Have you noticed the difference now that you got back to the States? Any difference in the taste?
With the traditional dishes, yes, but like with the pasta, like the American foods in Africa, and then the food I eat here, they're kind of the same. But the traditional dishes, no, there's a difference.
Yeah. Okay. So, what else? As far as you said, you haven't gotten your sleep schedule back.
I haven't.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So, what else, love? So, please share with the people your thoughts on Africa.
You know what? I am so excited that we were able to go and share so many memories and experiences, and every city where we were, I'll just I, like in Nairobi. I remember when we first got to Nairobi, my thinking, this food is so good. So I remember that from Nairobi. The fact that it seems like a really cosmopolitan, urban professional city, with us. And that was really, really pleasant to see that Nairobi just squashes all of the stereotypes that Africa is. Um,
Portrayed.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Mhm.
then we went to, and the experiences there in Kenya with the hot air balloon ride and going to the safari, just amazing, just beautiful land and beautiful experiences. And then we went to Kigali, Rwanda. And I remember when we got there, I was just like, this is picture perfect. When you look out of your window and you just see the landscape and all the hills and the houses, it was just beautiful. The food there was good too. It was clean, it was crisp, and the Kimaronko market, oh, that that was awesome. That market was awesome. That right there would be a reason for me to go back again and again to Kigali.
Then why? What about share about the market?
So a lot of the markets that we went to, you've got the vendors on the outside, and then you've got like an inside building. Kimaronko did have both, but we spent most of our time on the inside. And the art in Rwanda is very different. They use a lot of black and white and lines in a lot of their art, which I think is just really, really cool. And so I liked seeing that. But I think the biggest thing is the people there. Yes, there were a lot of vendors trying to get us to, buy fabric, and seamstresses saying, I'll make you this or whatever. But even with Serenity, a lot of the young people who were trying to engage with her and try to get her to sell or to buy things, it was just a really neat experience. I found some fabric. I had a lady make me a skirt on the spot, and she said, give me an hour. She took my measurements. We meandered around the rest of the market. I wore my skirt the first day back to work, and I was just like, this was just really, really cool. To the point where if and when I go back to Kigali, I remember where her booth is, and I would get her to make me something else. So.
And how much did it all cost, you say, for the dress?
$11 US. And that was for the fabric and her making a skirt, a matching headband, and she made Serenity a scrunchie with the leftover fabric.
And so the fabric cost.
I can't remember how much the fabric was.
It was $4, and her charge was $7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about Tanzania?
Tanzania. Oh my goodness. The friendliness of the people was just amazing. And that was in the mainland as well as in Zanzibar. The fact that it's more of a mix of not just Africans, but then also the Indians. And we saw that also in Mombasa. So that was really interesting to see, the two cultures coming together seamlessly. The art and the craftsmanship in Tanzania was incredible. We went to the Tinga Tinga Arts Conservatory or something like that, to see the artisans there doing their craft. And then also at the Wingi Wood Carvers area, just unbelievable. I mean, I love art, and to just be able to see people working so hard and so diligently at their craft was amazing.
Yeah. Ren, please share your thoughts. Your first time to Africa, teenager. Somebody was asking, do you think you will go back?
Yes, definitely. I mean, maybe like it would be cool to go with friends, like a different experience. Like I guess still educational, but more on the like entertainment side of Africa, not being with these old people of mine. But yeah, I think I definitely go back. Like it's fun and it's like the same like I guess the time zone is it and like then the airports I could do without that. If I could like just teleport myself there, I would be perfectly fine with that. But yeah, I'd go back.
So, what stands out to you when you came to Africa? What fond memories that you have of Africa?
Um, food, of course. I like the it was like lamb and beef and like either one and like red sauce and like vegetables, and then you eat that with the ugali or the fufu or whatever. What is it called?
Chapati or ugali.
Yeah, that. I like that. It was really good. And then
Besides food, Serenity, because everybody
okay.
on food.
Okay. The art definitely, and then the music, and then I guess in Zanzibar, the architecture, like for mom, it was a big part of her book with the doors and the door handles and how it was crafted and made. Like she took pictures of everything. And I guess
Mm.
her doing that like brought me just like, oh, that's cool.
So, Mrs. Go Black, um, we know you coming back to Africa, right?
Oh,
Because
yes.
you have a special jewel here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. the Did you happen to talk with family or friends and people who were just wanting to hear your story of Africa? Have you had that opportunity?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Um, just telling people, it's almost like words can't even adequately describe how I felt being there, experiencing everything that I experienced, um, the people, the differences in people, um, the clothing in Zanzibar, the smells, because there are lots and lots of spices in Zanzibar. Um, wow, just soaking up all of the culture. It was incredible. And I took over 4,000 pictures, and I just was able to get all of them uploaded into my app on the phone, right? Because my phone was tripping. And so it would, thank you, Nicole R. So it was, I cannot wait to do my books. I know it's going to be very daunting. And the way that I'm going to do it, because I took so many pictures, and I'm not going to be able to get all the pictures in there, of course, but I'm going to separate it according to country. And even when it comes to Tanzania, I'm going to split it up to Tanzania and then Zanzibar, because in Zanzibar, to see the craftsmanship of the different doors, I think that's going to be a whole different segment. So yeah, I'll have 4 books: Kenya, Rwanda, Zanzibar, and Tanzania.
Speaking of books, do you have an example for people to see what these books you've been talking about since you've been in Africa?
Wait,
Because
yes.
I have told people you create these books that everywhere we've been, I mean, we got a library of all of our travels.
Isn't this the biggest one?
Yes. So Serenity wants to show this one. This was when we did the
Spring break trip.
spring break, the
Spring
New
break,
England.
New England states. And it's like, how many pages is this? It's like 500.
But we did, here, hold it up again. So this is the front.
Yeah, put it closer up a little bit. Okay.
Favorite person in the back.
And then this is Serenity in Vermont.
All right. Okay.
And so,
Why don't you show the inside?
well,
Of it, like,
so this was a Black Heritage Tour, and I had done research to go from Boston all the way up to Maine and capture Black history, basically. And
Because I know some of viewers like they went to the white states for what? You know, some people gonna be like,
oh no, it was a Black Heritage, and we found some very interesting Black history in those 6 states.
I like this page.
you better believe we did. No, better believe my wife did because
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
So she's gonna hold up one of her favorite.
Oh, I love this one.
Okay.
Okay. This one is my favorite.
What is that? I can see it. What is it?
It's the remember when we went to those museums? It was like it was the Children's Museum, I think.
Oh, okay.
And it was with all those smelling things and stuff and
Oh yeah.
doing exercise. Like right there. Right there. She's like on a rope or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's fun.
So then I've also got last summer, you and I went to Miami.
Yep.
And this is some of the things. This was actually the picture on a trash can. And I just like to capture things that just kind of say where you are. So that was on a trash can. And
Wasn't this like your first book?
yeah, I'll show that one. And then over the summer, you and I did some getaways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then this is the last one I'll show.
It's like Cincinnati. Okay.
Cincinnati and Louisville. And went to Muhammad Ali's grave site. I'm always trying to incorporate our history. So
Yes.
yeah. So I had my work cut out for me with doing these books.
Well, there was a couple people who were very interested in possibly purchasing your book. So for those who may be interested, I don't know whether or not those books are costly. I tell you, but she put it in the books. But I'm gonna leave that up to her if she wants to go ahead and sell and what profit she's gonna want to do. But yeah, somebody says I will buy it, Mr. Pete Epps. Yeah, you know. But who do you have make those books? I forget the place.
Shutterfly. Shutterfly.
Shutterfly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's very fun, but with over 4,000 pictures, I'm going to really have to scale things down and only go for the actual experience rather than trying to get all the pieces. So.
Wow. So somebody asked, well, here's a question. Somebody was asking something about, I didn't mean to hit that question, but hey, since we got it here, is there McDonald's in Nairobi? I don't recall seeing a McDonald's in Nairobi.
I just saw KFC, but I don't remember seeing a McDonald's. And KFC was really the only fast food place that I remember seeing that was over in the West.
Subway too, I think it was a Subway.
Okay.
And KFC.
Yeah, KFC. Every country I've been to has a KFC. So somebody asked, somebody had asked the question about what does that picture represent on the wall, but there's a million pictures on the wall behind, you know. But you care to share about the pictures? Basically, most of them are just, this is just pictures you've gathered over the years, right?
Yeah. But most of them actually are from Gullah artists. When we were down in South Carolina, we did a lot of Gullah festivals.
Yeah.
Gullah you and Serenity out. But I like to get the artwork from the Gullah artists. So a lot of these are that. I think there's one from when we were in Key West from an artist there. There's also one from Mississippi, two from Mississippi.
Okay. Somebody had asked, can you hear me?
Yes.
Somebody asked, do you have fond memories, or excuse me, do you have memories still of when the police stopped you over in Nairobi?
Ooh,
And
ooh. Yes, indeed. And that was not the only time that we got stopped by the police. There were several times while we were over in Africa that we were stopped by police, to the point where it made me a little on edge, even as we were leaving. It's like, I don't want to do anything wrong. I don't want to end up getting stopped and my husband's not here to smooth things over. And you know what? When we got back to customs in New York and I handed over my passport, it was a complete difference in coming back to where my citizenship is to when I got over. So when we went to all the different immigration places, all the different places where we were, it's almost like there was a question of, why are you coming over here? You know, it was just like I was suspect. And coming back, crossing back over into the US, the first thing that the immigration officer said to me was, welcome back. And I was like, wow. You know, just to feel welcome back from this Caucasian immigration officer when I had all of this inner angst from how I felt I was being treated being in a different country, even though my skin color is the same. So that just made me feel a little bit like, wow.
but do you think the angst was really on you and not them?
Well, after that traumatic experience with the police officer in Nairobi,
Yeah.
it could have been.
Yeah.
Very well have been. Yeah.
Well, I know how you are too, so I definitely know it's off on you. So.
But you know, that was really intimidating. I mean, it's like, okay, something as simple as this, you know, it means something different to us than it does in Kenya.
I've used that sign twice so far since you've been gone.
To say come here or hi.
Come here.
Oh,
Could you come? Yeah.
yeah.
So
And,
family, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, and then just the other thing I was going to say was the other intimidating part was, you know, to be summoned into a room with these officers with these AK-47 sitting in their laps, and it's like, what did I do wrong? I mean, that was, whew, we had just gotten into, it was the very day that we landed. So that just, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and everybody got to understand too that Kenya just had terrorist attacks just not too long ago. So, and I was educated on the heightened security and how everyone is, suspicious about whomever. So, we definitely got to keep that in mind. Why they are the way they are when it comes to security, because it's hard at being in the country, and you had struggles pulling your camera out trying to capture Kenya, and I know I have struggles trying to really grab a hold of some footage to where you're not going to be pulled over by the police officers, and so, but yeah. So family, if y'all got questions, hey, go ahead and let the questions out so that they can answer them. Serenity, what you got to share? You have anything else you want to share? About your experience in Africa. Did you let me ask you this right here. How did you find the young men there? I'm calling them young men. How did you find them?
Um, um, I'm trying to think of how to word this. They were persistent. Well, they weren't all young.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And about their looks, how they looked, how their age looked.
To me, they all looked younger than their age. Like they'd be like, "Oh, I'm 23," and I'd be like, "You look 15." So, that was interesting. Kind of confusing though.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were friendly.
Did you meet any young ladies there, your age while you were there?
No, I didn't.
No. Mom kept us on the run. We really didn't slow down.
We couldn't even meet anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an interesting question though, because when we went to markets, it was young men. We didn't really see very many young ladies. Now that I think about it,
True. It's
at the
true.
markets, it was young men, um,
Older
out,
lady.
right. At the, just when we went out and about in Zanzibar, it was young men. Um, so even at the beach, it was more young men. There were a few young ladies, but it was mostly young men.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if whether or not it has anything to do with the the culture of Muslims, Christians, and their belief. They're more, I think, more uh, conservative here, and and I find in my experience of travels here in Africa, just a lot of women just don't hang out. You find more men who hang out, even of course, in the Arab countries too. You wouldn't catch a woman out in no uh, guys hang out and drink coffee, or tea, and
Mhm.
don't see the group of women out like that.
The
Yeah.
women we saw were headed to market or had their market goods on their head, and they were on a mission. I remember in Tanzania, the women were doing a lot of uh, selling. So a lot of the women were the main salespeople at the markets, and just kind of like you said, not hanging out.
Yeah, I know I've seen this question several times about who braided my hair. I got it done here, right here in Kenya. So I don't know the name of the place. Let's see here. What other questions we have here? Anybody got any other questions as I go through this list for Mrs. GoBlack and Serenity? We got comments about the police officers. Yeah. Um, let's see here.
Here's a question, Serenity. What were your friends' view once you shared with them your experience in Africa?
Um, some were like, "Oh, you're back. How was Africa?" And I'd be like, "Oh, there's water and electricity." And they'd be like, "What? No, my childhood is ruined." So that was usually the comment, how, "Wait, there's water? Wait, there's electricity?" I don't know if it was sarcasm. I think most of it was sarcasm, but that was mostly the big thing about electricity, water, food, how not everybody is starving. Um,
Debbie Campbell or Deb Campbell asked, "Did people stare at you a lot in Tanzania? I've heard that people stare at African Americans a lot there. If so, why is that?" You want to answer that?
Yeah, I thought that coming from Rwanda into Tanzania, um, that the staring wasn't nearly to the same degree. And if there was any staring, it was more of, I don't know that I've seen them around, or um, I didn't really notice it that much. And I think because we blended in more so with kind of how they dress very conservatively. And so I think from that standpoint, we blended in. Um, One thing that I noticed when we first got to Dar es Salaam was that people were, it's such a big city, and we were staying right downtown. And everybody just seemed to be kind of like on a mission. Like when you go to New York City, everybody's just out and about carrying on his and her own business to where there's no time to just sit around and stare. Now, the gentlemen who we saw kind of hanging out outside of businesses, who were just sitting and chilling, yeah, they were staring. But then as soon as we spoke to them, you know, they spoke back and they smiled, um, which was
But you was a little thrown back with those staring. What country were we in?
that
Which
was in
one?
Kigali.
That was where?
That was in Kigali.
Okay, okay, yeah. You didn't like.
Well, to me, it was just different. And so you remember I said, okay, I'm going to change this up. And when I see somebody stare, I'm just going to speak. And
Yeah.
I spoke in Swahili, I spoke in French, I spoke in English. And even after speaking, there were still a lot of stares. But, you know,
When will they be going back to the continent?
so I am, huh?
Not next week, next month.
I will be back either February or March to celebrate our anniversary.
Yippee! Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just be here.
She listen to you. I'll just be here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Are y'all happy to be back in America?
America is all that I've known. Happy to be back. I'm glad to be back with family. There are definitely some challenges here. It's familiar because it's the only thing that I know. I look forward to going back to Africa. What about you?
I mean, I don't want to say I'm happy to be back, but like, I feel more, I don't know. I don't know what to, normal, not normal, but like in my space again. Like I can go to school again and I can drive again. I have a job interview. Like, yes, I have a job interview. So I'm getting my life back in order. So
Yeah. Thank you all who's giving. I'm sorry, you know, I didn't want it to interrupt or all who have been giving graciously financially. I appreciate that. We do and all. So most definitely thank you. I just want to put a little blurb in there on that. Let's see here. Other questions. What was it you have? Okay, you got your computer. You both of y'all have y'all's?
Yes.
These people, do you feel like you can live in Kenya?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
could live in either of the three countries where we visited.
Yeah.
I think there would be some challenges, but there were definite positives for me
Mm-hmm.
for each of the three countries where we were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone says, what country did I like more? I liked all of them for different reasons. Now, you know what? One thing that Serenity said as soon as we got into New York, she said, whew, lightning fast Wi-Fi. That is something really that you take for granted. The 5G internet.
Well, 5G ain't out yet, but yeah, we know what you mean.
I use 4G.
I thought we had 5G.
No.
I thought I saw 5G on my phone.
No, you no.
They're 5G equipped, but they haven't cranked it up yet. So
Okay.
But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, hey, the struggles. You know the struggles I go through with
Yeah.
connections. Is you're absolutely right. Yeah. They're gonna get it together though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's little things that you take for granted that when you don't have them, um, it can be a little bit, it can catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people had asked while we were there about power outages, and I
Hmm.
think while we were there, the power might have gone out seconds. Each
Yeah.
place were maybe just seconds, maybe a minute, but it wasn't anything that was, for long. Um, I appreciate hot water. I have been much more mindful of my water consumption because I do know that we tend to be wasteful over here. So that is something that, I'm just mindful of now.
Which country made you feel like home?
Um, hmm. I could see myself in any of the three because I like something different about all three. Um, I could live in any of the three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the countries there, I mean, they each have their own different flavor, but they still have they remind you of America.
Hmm.
They remind you of America. I mean, you have, your inner city, you have your rural areas, you have your suburbs, whatever. You can find your pockets of areas that you are used to. So, yeah.
One thing that I really liked about Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar that I kind of missed when we got back to Nairobi and even Mombasa, I love riding in the tuk-tuks. I think that would be my main mode of transportation just because they're so small that they can get in and out of traffic and you don't just feel like you're stuck and helpless when you're in a car stuck in traffic because they can kind of weave in and out. So I missed that when we got back to Nairobi. I really enjoyed riding in those.
Hmm. Just call me Brian. Thanks for giving, but he's got a question for you. We had Surgeon who gave money, and Ingrid. Thank you very much. I'm trying to stay up on this, you all, but thank you for all those who are has a heart of giving. We appreciate it. The question is, what is the next country in Africa does Miss Go Black like to visit?
So I really wanted to do Sierra Leone for our anniversary. Um, this COVID is really messing things up, and a lot of countries require a test before you enter and a test when you leave. And because of that, I just think Tanzania is just going to be easier because I won't need a test. But I would like to do West Africa the next time if all of this blows over. I don't know that it will by the next couple months.
Which country in West Africa?
Sierra Leone, I would like to do Ghana. I would like to do Liberia first.
Ghana and what?
Liberia.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised you said it and not Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone was the first one I said.
Oh, I missed. Okay, I was up here
Yeah.
reading. I must have missed that one. Okay, 'cause I thought
Yeah.
Ghana. What?
That
Okay.
Serenity says she has a question.
Um, Leo Gosper asked, "How old is Serenity and what does she aspire to become in the future?" I'm 16. Um, One thing that I wanted to do is be a recreational therapist. I think that would be fun since I hate sitting down. And then For my people are asking like how I got a job and all. I don't have a job. I just applied and have interviews. But I applied at Chipotle, of course, Panera, McDonald's, and yeah, those three. But Chipotle.
All righty then. All right. What are the questions we got, family? Let's see here. We pushing on 888. People are really interested in y'all's return back to the America KK. Somebody said, what is your thoughts on what just happened in America there at the Capitol building? I know it's kind of a little bit off topic, but it's something that's you just got back. This has happened. Did you maybe think, oh, whoa, wow. Well, what was your thoughts?
Atrocious.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I don't really want to go into politics like that. Um, it's just a sad state of affairs that things had to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All righty. What other questions you got? Did y'all see? You can come. We got 9 more minutes, family, or maybe 10 or 15 more minutes. We'll see. All up to you all. 914 people in. Let's see if we can get 1,000. Everybody stay in. Everybody ask an answer. Everybody ask a question. Keep them on. So,
Thank you for watching. Oh, wow.
how does it feel to be separated from your husband and you're going to be gone a while? And you know he's over in Africa and you are in America.
We talk every day, at least once a day. It's not the same as being in each other's presence, but it's the next best thing. Um, when we first got married, our relationship was long distance. And so it's not something that's new to us. Our motto is just, we're just going to make it work. And I think I'm going to be on the plane and filling up my passport book quickly.
Okay. Go Black. When will you have other family members or friends and friends coming to visit you in Africa? Whenever they're ready. You know, if I've already had, you know, my mom and my brother, and I guess a couple people said they had their interest of wanting to come. So, hey, whenever they're ready, you know, they just can't come when my wife come. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll be busy. Oh boy. Don't worry, family. I did put on this is not made for kids. When you gotta, you know, upload videos, you know. Oh, Serenity's there. Serenity, go to the room. Go to your room. Oh. Would you ever consider moving to Africa permanently? Miss Go Back.
For sure.
Yeah, do you have a choice in that?
At some point, sure. Mm-hmm.
You broke up.
I said at some point, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we visit Uganda? Try to visit Botswana. You know what? I have seen so many good things about Botswana, to where I looked up their travel.state.gov information too. And I think we'll have to wait before or until all of this COVID stuff settles down to go to pretty much every country in Africa except Tanzania. For our East African trip that we just got back from, our plans were initially to visit Uganda after Nairobi and before Rwanda, but we couldn't fit in all of the COVID tests because for Uganda, you've got to have a COVID test to enter the country and to leave the country. And it just made for way too many tests. As it was, we had 5 tests while we were there. So going to Uganda just would have made it a little bit more taxing. So that will be a future trip.
Go back to Africa. What is your DNA test results? My DNA test results was that I'm African. Yeah. 100% African. But also too that it states that I belong to the Bemi Lake tribe in Cameroon. So yes, I'll be interested to check out that tribe out there in Cameroon. Um, Love, what about your DNA?
Well, one of them said that from my maternal side, Fulani. So it just the African ancestry just included um, the tribe Fulani, and I know they're Fulani all over Africa. And then from my paternal side, it said Portuguese.
Dun 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 dun.
Portuguese.
But I don't know really how much I believe that because my 100% blood brothers did not show that, and his showed a lot of the areas in West Africa. So I don't know. Go figure.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Chi chi chi, or is it chai chai chai? It's great watching Black Family United because we don't watch that on mainstream. Thank you.
Very nice.
Someone asked about my.
Somebody said, "What is it like to visit a majority Black person occupied airport?"
Oh man. You know what? That was so awesome. And even to have
Did
all
y'all
the
hear me?
yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
I said that was incredible. And to see nothing but us as flight attendants, even when we were on the train, and to see all of the workers from the train lined up, ready to either receive people or to get on the train and kind of switch shifts, that was incredible. That was awesome. The pilots, that was just awesome.
We doing it big. Yeah.
And even in New York at JFK, you saw all of the Kenya Airways flight attendants and pilots coming off of the plane. Like when we were down at the luggage carousel, you see all of the flight crew coming in. And, you know, this is back in New York, so we're now the minority again. And to see all of Kenya Airways flight crew coming in, just brothers and sisters, that was awesome. That was incredible to see.
Mm. New Era asked Mr. Go Black, "Did you try any bush meat when you visited Ghana, or you're a vegan?" No, I'm not vegan. Um, Depending on what season you catch me. No, bush meat. Hey, lambs run into the bush, so I'll say I had lamb or chicken. Chickens be in the bush. And in Ghana, when you talk about Ghana, they just roam. They roam freely and they roam everywhere. So, but as far as if you're talking about the grass cutter or something like that, something kind of affiliation with that, no, I haven't had any other bush meat. Please let me know the different types of bush meat.
Someone said, Serenity, can you marry an African man in the future? I plan on it.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, yes, yes.
I,
Black,
I
black.
do that because I've told Serenity that I'm gonna find her African husband.
No, you won't. No, you
Yeah.
won't.
And the other older daughters, I told them the same, that I'm going to find them their African king,
And they said,
and I'm serious about that. You know, find them their African king. So Yeah.
I think that's
Now, of course,
right.
they have the last say so, because I know people like, well, they have their choice to pick. Yeah, they do. But, I'm going to, as a dad, go ahead and try to find that king for each one of them.
Good.
Excellent idea.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Someone asked, from the A to Africa, I love all of the art on the walls. Did you guys do any of it? Thank you very much. No, I do paint, but none of these are my pieces of art.
Yeah, we have all her art and our paintings and stuff in the art room. So, yeah, separate room. That right there is family room. Yes, Sin, what is that? Sin 3R as I am. Mr. Go Black, I'm sure that you did your research, but I know from my Cameroonian friends, the Bamileke tribe or the people are the business minds in the land. Seems you'll fit right in. I was told the exact same thing when I was in by a Cameroonian when I was in Senegal. Ran across a brother. We had talks, and he told me the different characteristics of them, and I fit right in line with that. It was really amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Let's see.
Mr. P. Depp says, good luck on your interview, your job interview.
Thank you.
Yes, Terry. Miss Go Black is. He's asking, is your wife from East Africa? That's her DNA. So no, her DNA is supposed to be West. But and has American accent. Everybody thinks you're what, babe?
From East Africa.
Yeah, everybody thinks you're from East Africa. Everybody said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
I've even had some people here in the States say, where are you from? And, I don't really know how to answer that question, but they're like, no, you look like you're from a different country. So,
Apparently I'm one of
Yep.
1,000 cows. Okay.
mm,
Hmm.
So family, so they have been back in the United States for the last week. I'll give my perspective on it. Definitely, missed them dearly. It's one of those things that where it's, as you all know, if you watch the video, I'm staying back here in Africa, exploring Africa, and my wife will join me here shortly for our anniversary, 5th year, right, love?
yeah.
5 years already, and most definitely we'll probably be somewhere in some other country, but you'll be the first to know because we'll be doing a little videotaping, what have you, and the so definitely stay in tune. So, Mrs. Go Black, are you gonna be doing any more videos for the people? Because I mean, every time, I mean, there's 923 people. I can't even get past 300 people. I'm boring, so I mean, you bring y'all bring in the people. So will you please be my guest next week?
We will
Yeah,
make cameo appearances. How about that?
you'll make what?
Cameo
I'll
appearances.
try to fit you into my schedule.
Yes, they are two busy ladies, and definitely Mrs. Go Black. She has her hands full with other obligations and responsibilities, so her time definitely is limited. Serenity, on the other hand, she's got so much time because she does 5-minute homework and she's done for the day. So, um, but she's going to be working. So that's a good thing. So that's going to defray the cost of expenses out of our pockets because she definitely likes to uh, keep one hand in the purse and one other hand in the pocket. So, yeah. So we're going to come to a close, family. It looks like nobody else has any more questions that I see, unless you have one. Do you have anybody, babe, or Serenity?
Someone asked if I'd marry a Kenyan or a Tanzanian.
And your answer?
I don't know. I don't
No.
know.
Yeah, those are one of those setup questions. Serenity, that's a good answer. Somebody going to ask that question just to see who you going to pick, and then pit one against the other. Somebody going to say, well, why not the other? Why would you say them? Thanks, Daily Reed, for your giving. Yes, my DNA is from Cameroon. Somebody asked, Fulani in which country? Nigeria, Niger, or Mali?
It
You
just
said
said,
that, didn't you?
yeah, no, I didn't say that, but it just said Fulani. It didn't say where, which region.
Okay. Yeah. How does Mrs. GoBlack feel about your popularity? Thanks, Samuel, for your giving.
You're popular?
I guess I don't feel any kind of way. I knew that once you started your YouTube channel, that it was
You
going to,
did?
and I even said, babe, don't be surprised when you start getting recognized. And you were like, what? No, that's not going to happen. I'm like, yes, it will. And sure enough, even while we were over there in your presence, people would come up to you and say, aren't you Go Black to Africa? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Eating dinner and all. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for giving there, Samuel and Leo. Leo has you have a very good idea, Leo. Yes, I will definitely do that. Invite people to share about their tribes. That's a very good idea, and the traditions and customs. And so I will definitely do that. I never thought about that. And because we do need to be educated on the different tribes that are out there, and people can just call in and share about the tribes and the areas, the culture. Oh, that would be awesome. So I appreciate that. I'll do that even here probably in the next few days.
That'd be good.
I'll put it out there, and what I'll do is I'll put it out there maybe tomorrow, and then maybe schedule it maybe for about 5 days to give enough people to see it, and then they'll know that it's coming up, and then we can have a pretty good panel of people discussion about their tribes.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, family. Hey, we thank you all for joining in. I mean, I received many an email requesting that we do a follow up with Serenity and Mrs. Gold Black, and so we owe that to each and every one of y'all, because you all have definitely been kind in your words, in your blessings, in your prayers, and everything that you've done in your giving. We thank each and every one of you all. Let's see here. Thank you, Just Call Me, Brian, for giving again. Appreciate that. It says Fulanis are across West and East Africa, which means all Fulanis are related regardless of the country. Exactly. And that's what I've been saying, is that I really don't like, we know that Europeans carved up Africa, and we do know that we are migrating people. And we know we have tribe affiliations and associations. And we do know that there were those who crossed over and married into other tribes and all that there. So, really we should be one big happy family and kill the division, which the Europeans have always wanted us to do. Let's tear down the walls, the labels, and the identities, and let's just become one. And so, thank you for y'all for sharing. Thank you for your time, and stay tuned for next few more of my videos that I will be posting out there. We'll see what my journey will lead me tomorrow. And again, hit the bell for notifications. People ask me all the time when I'm going to be doing next videos. Hit the bell, you get the notifications every time, lives or whatever, you'll get that right there. So we like to say good night. Babe, you can stay tight when I end this right here and we just talk. But anyway, family, y'all have a good evening, have a good morning, have a good night's sleep. And yes, parting words.
Wait, yes.
Go Black.
I just want to thank everyone for your comments, your kind words. It does not go unnoticed. We really appreciate all the love that we got while we were there. Just the fact that so many of you all have tuned in to hear kind of the sequel to our coming back. Thank you so very much. We really, really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Serenity. That's it. Short and sweet.
Oh, I just
All
thank you.
okay.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.
All right.